Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Guys, tonight a storm is brewing at very core of the America's financial system. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, once seen as a steady, a political steward of the US economy, is now facing calls to resign. Not from the White House, but from the one of the world's most respected economists. Mohamed El-Erian says Powell must walk away, not because he has failed, but because the institution he leads is under siege. The source of that pressure is President Donald Trump. Their feud isn't just personal anymore. It's now a high stakes chess match between a political power and the financial independence. And the consequences could ripple into your wallet, your mortgage, and even your job, and even the global economy. So, guys, let's go back. In 2018, Donald Trump appointed Jerome Powell to lead the Federal Reserve. At the time, it looked like a smart pick. Powell was a moderate, a non economist with private sector experience, and a calm demeanor. But, guys, the honeymoon didn't last forever. As Trump's presidency progressed, Powell became a frequent target. Why? Because of interest rates. Trump believed that slashing interest rates, the cost of borrowing money, was key to supercharging the economy and boosting the markets, especially ahead of elections. But Powell and the Fed weren't interested in playing the politics. When inflation appeared on the horizon, they raised the rates slowly and cautiously so that the consumers doesn't get affected. Trump was furious on this. He called Powell a bonehead, incompetent, and even an enemy. He publicly pressured him to cut rates faster, accusing him of sabotaging the economy. It was unprecedented. A sitting US president trying to bully the independent Federal Reserve into submission. So, what is the 2025 reignition? Now it's 2025, Trump is back in office, and Powell, still serving his term until May 2026, once again finds himself in the crosshairs. Trump's frustration has only intensified. The cost of servicing the $34 trillion national debt is rising, and high interest rates mean America is still facing sky high mortgage payments, car loans, and credit card debt. Trump sees Powell as the obstacle, the one man standing in the way of cheaper money and stronger growth. And now the attacks have even escalated more. Trump says Powell is intentionally sabotaging the economy for political reasons. He has floated the idea of replacing him early, and he has hinted, not so subtly, that Powell's days are numbered. That's where Mohamed El-Erian came in. El-Erian, former CEO of PIMCO, current president of Queen's College at Cambridge, and a highly respected economic voice, has broken ranks. He says Powell should resign immediately. Why? Because the attacks on Powell have gone beyond the man. They are now threatening the credibility of the Federal Reserve itself. El-Iran argues that every day Powell stays, the Fed's independence erodes just a little more. He says Powell has already become a lame duck and that the president will soon name a replacement. That markets and policymakers no longer see Powell a truly independent person. So, stepping down now voluntarily would preserve the institution. So, guys, it's a radical idea and it's sparked a firestorm. Former Fed Vice Chair Alan Blainer says Il Iran is a dead wrong. Their take is If Powell quits, it sets a dangerous precedent that the president can pressure the Fed into submission. They say this is about more than Powell. This is about whether future Fed chairs can operate without the political fear. And if Powell resigns, what message does that send? That the White House can dictate monetary policy, that independence is optional. Also, former Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Trump's own cabinet member, defended Powell, calling him a good public servant and saying he sees no reason for Powell to step down. Even Powell himself has said, I will never ever leave this job voluntarily until my term ends. None whatsoever. So, guys, this isn't a man who is running, it's a man preparing to weather the storm. And most importantly, why this matters to you. Here is where the stakes get real. If Powell is ousted or forced to resign under pressure, it could throw financial markets into chaos. Interest rates could rise instead of falling. The dollar could weaken. Confidence in US institutions could also deter. It would also open the door for future presidents, left or right, to strong arm the Fed for short term political gain. Imagine inflation running wild because no one is brave enough to make unpopular decisions. That's not a theory, it's exactly what happened in the 1970s. The Fed's credibility is fragile. It took them decades to build, and now it could take days to destroy. So, guys, what will happen next? If Powell says the attacks will likely continue, if he resigns, the Fed could lose even more authority. Trump says he is highly unlikely to fire Powell unless there is a fraud. But let's be honest, the writing is on the wall. A replacement is coming. The only question is when and how. And as for Iran's call to resign, it may not happen. But it's a warning not just about the Powell, but about the system itself. We are watching a battle not just for economic control, but for institutional integrity. And when trust in this institution fades, it's the people, not the politicians, who pay the price. So, guys, buckle up because the fight for the Fed isn't just heating up, it's about to go nuclear. And, guys, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And subscribe to the channel for such amazing deep dives. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.